get him appointed anywhere.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, I'd
then-
rather see Rennie and, spin it towards me then.
So are we going through the whole, just the introductions then? If we,
Introductions, a round of introductions, and then
We're gonna
we'll
make everyone on
let them
Zoom.
have questions.
There you go, John. Ta-da.
And we're live. Okay.
Hold on.
Caitlin, can you hear me? You're the only one online.
And it might be John. Yeah, she's muted, but we are unmuted, so we're good.
Caitlin, you're muted, so I'm just going to assume you can hear us.
wait a minute.
She's got,
We can hear ya.
sounds good, thank you. It's 7 o'clock, so welcome to the candidate forum at the Town of Brooklyn Town Hall. My name is John Marx. I'm simply going to be the moderator tonight. And the way it's going to work is we're going to give each of the candidates an opportunity to introduce themselves, say their name and what office they're running for, and then make a short statement of why they're running and what their qualifications are, and anything else they think you should know. Once we do the 5 of them, we will then turn it over to people online and in the audience to ask questions. And help me out by telling me who your question is directed at, and I will turn the computer around so that you're looking at that individual when they're answering your question. Does that make sense out there? Okay, we will start. We're going to start with Russ Cichy.
Good evening. My name is Russ. I am running for the position of treasurer for the town of Brooklyn. I'm just completing 8 years as the treasurer. And this might be my last hurrah. I'll wait for the questions later. Thank you.
Next will be Kathy Pennington. Kathy is running for chair.
Hi, I'm Kathy Pennington. I'm running for the chairperson of Brooklyn. I'm new to Brooklyn. I've been here about 5 years. Hopefully you can hear me online. One of the reasons that I'm running is I think that politics has become very divisive in the last 4 or 5 years. And like all of us, we have an opinion. And my thought was I could either stay on the sidelines and have my opinion, or I could get involved in local politics. And so I did through volunteering. And then the chairperson position came up and I decided, why not and run? Why I feel I'm qualified is I've spent over 20 years in the military, as well as another dozen years working in business, both public and private sectors. I feel like I have a lot of qualifications in leadership, team building, decision-making, budgets. And one of the big things I like is collaborative communication, where you get all the smart people together and you talk to them about what the problem is, you get the input, and then you make the decision based on the information you have. I think having been in the town for a while, the board is very well managed. I think we have some really great volunteers running our committees. And I look forward to collaborating with them as well as our leaders and our neighboring communities and moving our town forward in our objectives and goals.
Thanks, Kathy. Next up is Jeff McNeely.
I'm Jeff McNeely. I live on Elmer Road, dairy farm with my father and my brother. I've been running for Supervisor 1. I have been on since Russ, since 2013. I'm running again, and I'd like to get back to the community, and thank you.
Okay. Next up is Abby Kriebs.
Hi, I'm Abby, or Abigail Kriebs. I think that's what I'm listed as on the ballot. I am currently the second supervisor here at the town board. I was first elected in 2019 and have been serving as a second supervisor since then. My husband Scott and I live on Horan Road. We moved here in 2016. And I, in my personal life, am a freelance copywriter. I work for myself and do some marketing on the side. And I have been working on the board for 2 years now. I've really enjoyed it. I love learning new things, and this has definitely been a new learning experience. Along with Kathy, I was very dissatisfied with what I saw politics as at a national level a few years ago, and decided I wanted to get more involved locally. I figured that was the best place to start. And so here I am, and I've really enjoyed my 2 years on the board and looking forward to doing more. On the board, I do a lot of our technology stuff. So got everything set up for Zoom in the last year so we can meet virtually and allow our residents to meet virtually as well to kind of keep our community safer. And then I really just enjoy digging into like the nitty-gritty policy stuff. I like reading state statutes, figuring out what they say. I am a nerd in a lot of ways. So one of my strengths is reading like an abundance of information and really distilling it down to the most important points for other people to save their time. And I think that serves the board in a really unique capacity. So I'm excited to be running again for second supervisor.
Thank you. And then finally, Chris Gallagher.
I'm Chris Gallagher. I'm running for clerk. I was appointed to the board about 2 years ago. I have enjoyed the last 2 years, most of it, except for some of the election snafus last year. I look forward to another 2 years. I've been here for 25 years in the town after growing up in Pittsburgh. My husband and I are both veterinarians and have served the community for almost 30 years. So I'd like another chance to keep going as clerk.
Thank you. Okay, I'm back just checking to see if we might have anybody else online. It looks like it's just you, Caitlin. So I guess we will start questions. Questions from Caitlin, or we have 2 people in the audience as well. Any questions for these folks? Please address it to an individual, or if you have a general question, that's okay too.
It's a mute.
Yeah, hi. This is John Soley. I got a quick question. I'm not totally familiar with the responsibilities of each of these positions. I understand treasurer, and I guess I understand chair. I'm not sure what the supervisor position's responsibilities entail. And could someone quickly, very briefly do this? Give you some idea?
Sure. Who would like to take that question? Okay. Want to take that question for you?
Hi, John. Thank you for joining us. The supervisors. So the chair position is the chair of the board and 2 supervisor positions. And the 3 of us make up the voting members of the board. So between the 3 of us, we need a 2-person quorum for every decision that the board makes. Primarily, our job is executing a budget each year. I would say that the treasurer and the clerk are really responsible for putting that together. And so they create that budget, and what we do is make decisions on what that budget looks like and then how we spend that money. That's kind of the bulk of our primary responsibilities. Also, the supervisors, I would say, enact ordinances and resolutions, and really, I don't know, I kind of view us as town managers more than anything. We're managing the money, we're managing the rules and regulations that make the town run. And then we're also the facilitators of the different legal things that have to happen in any calendar year. So every year at tax time, there's the board of review where we have to appear as essentially judges in case anyone wants to, their tax bill or contest their tax bill, that's something that we look at and facilitate here at the local level rather than having to do it like a county or a state level. We also manage, Jeff handles the bulk of our driveway installations. So he has people come to him who are applying to do a new driveway permit, and he walks them through that process, make sure they have all the paperwork in order, make sure that they know where they're going next and those kinds of things. So we do a lot of those like local level facilitations for our ordinances. What else am I missing?
Did she answer his question?
Yeah. Anything else we can tell you?
John, did that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Sorry, that was very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other questions for anybody?
John, I have. Thank you for Russ. Over the years, our ballpark figures, what proportion of our budget is taken up by road construction?
We have of our assessed levy.
Let me repeat the question just to make sure they got it on camera. The question is, what percentage of our annual budget is devoted to road construction or repair, I guess. we would include. And for us, the treasurer is going to answer that question.
The portion is approximately 1/3. If we took all of our, if we took our budget, which is about $650,000, the road reconstruction portion of the budget, we have tried to sustain at least $240,000. That's what we put in the budget. We have a little extra in reserve, so if we needed to go over because of costs being more than our estimates or whatever. But if you look at our town budget at any one time, the road reconstruction is 1/3, fire and EMS is 1/3, and all operating expenses, including salt in the roads and the highway department, is the other 1/3. And that's been fairly consistent since about 2014. In 2014, we changed our budgeting approach. And instead of the highway reconstruction budget number being the last thing that got determined basically by adding and subtracting all the other numbers, we now determine how much we want to do to maintain the roads and then make the budget, figure out how the budget can support that. So about 1/3.
Is that good? Great, thanks. Any other? Any other questions? Anybody on the group want to make a wrap-up comment?
Maybe this is.
She does.
Oh, thanks.
Abby's going to make a summary.
Yeah, so thank you for coming, John. We were excited to see you there on Zoom. If you have more questions, you can always reach us. The clerk's contact information is on our website, and you can ask Chris anything and everything, and she'll forward it to the appropriate board member. So if you ever have questions, feel free to follow up. We are there. And I think all of our email addresses are also on the website. Even Kathy's, because she currently serves as our Parks Commissioner and Flag Curator. So you can find her information. Otherwise, yeah, thank you for coming.
And I'm going to close with an editorial comment. All of these people have jobs that are far more difficult than the average resident knows. It's just incredibly complex sometimes, and they're asked to make very difficult decisions. Their decisions often disappoint people because there are things that they just simply can't do. And the clerk in particular, I think, has one of the most difficult jobs here. Starting with the fact that she has to run elections, usually 3 of them a year, but sometimes more than that. Election law is very complicated, and if you mess it up, the consequences are just truly awful. So, you know, I throw that out there just so when you're thinking about whether to come in and vote, it's really important to show these people that we appreciate the work we do and that the voters are willing to take the time to come in and put in a ballot and support them. With that, if there's nothing else, I'll just point out that.
Excuse me, I just have one more quick question, if I may. The election that's coming up, I mean, these are the candidates, I assume all the candidates for the local offices that we have just described. There are other candidates, county and other things that are on the ballot as well, is that correct?
It is. I know there's a county judge. First time that's been a open seat in decades. So that's been an interesting race. Off the top of your head, what else is out there? That's right. State Superintendent of Public Instruction. And each of our 5 school districts has a board race.
Yeah, a lot of people.
So mark your calendars, April 6th.
And when does early voting start?
Early voting starts, Chris, when?
Next Tuesday, but bring your own witness, please. I cannot be the witness.
Understood.
We got that message. Yes, Tuesday from 1 to 5:30. Next Tuesday and the following Tuesday. Or by appointment, call me and I'll set something up.
Did you hear all that?
Yeah, we did.
Forgot to turn it.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate everybody coming out.
I like the Zoom stuff, by the way. This is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be recorded. It has been recorded and we'll post it on the town's website. Is that okay with you guys?
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
'Cause your video will be on there too, so I just wanted to make sure. Not that I'd know what to do. You said
People will
no.
probably be scared of seeing our video, but that's okay.
Just fine.
Okay, anything else? I think it's a wrap.
Yep.
We'll let- Go to town. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.